My name is Keaton Williams. I had alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma. Welcome to the happiest place on earth. In April 2012, I got hired at the Disneyland Resort. It was the best time of my life. Everything was going great, but my nose kept dripping, and it got to a point where I would have to hold up a tissue from it to stop draining. And then one day I was in class, I was extremely bored, and I leaned over and put my hand on my neck like this, and then I noticed there was a bump right here. So I went to the doctor. He did a biopsy on this with just a small needle, and while I was laying down on the surgery table to get this biopsied, I asked him, I was like, did you ever get the results of my neck? And I shouldn't have asked because I didn't realize it was gonna be such a horrible answer. And he was like, oh yeah, it's actually a tumor. And I just started crying and crying, and then he gave me this medicine to calm me down, and I went from crying to just not even responsive. We had to start chemotherapy on April 29th, which was my exact year date at the Disneyland Resort. I woke up 2 days later, didn't know what happened, and it was the grossest feeling. You would wake up and just instantly gag, and it would just be so hard to fall asleep because you know what's gonna happen. And it wasn't even the thought of the chemo that made me grossed out, it was the Benadryl that they gave me, because that would make me so delusional and out of it. And even waking up to go to the bathroom, that nauseated me. Then it came time for radiation in the summer. Being strapped down there was terrifying, but they would let you play your music over the loud radiation machine, and that really calmed me down a lot. Throughout treatment, one of the hardest parts was not being a cast member, and I thought my management blocked me because I was on medical leave, and I called them, and I was like, am I still allowed to get in as a guest for free? And they're like, yeah, we left it open for you. So that was one of the greatest outlets that I had. It just was a lot of places that you can just get your mind off of things and not think about constantly oh, I have treatment tomorrow, or oh, I have to go to the hospital. And so I just would come here every time I was super stressed out. Bye, love you.
Bye guys.
Having a great attitude, I believe, is half the cure. Throughout your treatment, you're gonna want to just stop at points, but imagine the feeling what it's gonna be like to feel like you've done and you've completed the greatest accomplishment of your life. One day, you'll get there, we'll all get there together, and we'll come to Disneyland to celebrate.